Meet Metahuman MotionBridge, an add-on that connects Metahuman to Rigify for retargeting and animation in Blender. In this tutorial, I'll show you how easy it is to take animation from some of the most popular motion capture tools out there right now. For example, Mimem, QuickMagic, Cascadeur, and Mixamo, and retarget it to a Metahuman using Rigify and Metahuman MotionBridge. Just to be clear, this add-on does not include meshes, rigs, shaders, or textures, and Unreal is still at the center of the workflow. You'll need either Polyhammer's fantastic character DNA add-on, which I highly recommend, or another solution of your own for getting the Metahuman into Blender. Metahuman MotionBridge is purely a retargeting add-on for Blender. It lets you retarget animation to a Rigify-based Metahuman rig, so it can be edited with animation layers for poses and timing, cleaned up, baked, and then exported back to Unreal. So here we have a Metahuman. First, we unhide the rigs. Select everything, then hit Find Metahuman, Build Full Rig. Boom! There it is. We now have a full Rigify rig with IK controls already connected. Now, you could animate this by hand, but since Metahuman is built for realism, what we really want is motion capture. And motion capture is going through an AI revolution right now. There are tons of platforms out there, credit-based, of course. My personal favorite at the moment is Mimem. Mimem supports 3 cameras and even 6 cameras, so you get really solid position-based motion capture. MotionBridge also supports QuickMagic, Mixamo, and Cascadeur. I'm going to show you the retargeting workflow. First, leave pose mode, then go to General Retarget. All the setups and mappings are stored under these tabs, so you just select the right one for the right file. Important, if you're using Mimem, export it for Unreal. That means Unreal Mannequin Rig setup and root motion enabled. Otherwise, it will not work. Select the Mimem file, then hit Import Source File. There we go. It has already selected the source target we need. So now we retarget from the source we just imported to the target, which is our Rigify rig. Confirm, and look at that. It snaps into place and now it's bound. At this point, the rig is being driven by constraints. There's a bunch of math happening underneath to convert the rotations correctly, but we don't want to leave it as constraints. We want to bake it. So we choose Bake Retarget. And now the motion is keyframed. You can even delete the old mocap armature. From here, you can go into animation layers and clean things up. Maybe the posture feels off, no problem. Just adjust the pose, correct the proportions, and refine the performance directly on the Rigify animation. All right, let's jump into the next pre-configured setup, QuickMagic. If you've been following along so far, this is going to be super straightforward. First, switch over to the QuickMagic tab and load the FBX file. Make sure it's using an Unreal Engine 5.6 skeleton from QuickMagic. In this case, we're using this one. Now import the file. And nice, the correct rig is already selected, so we can go straight into retargeting. You don't need to manually set up all the constraints first. Just hit Retarget and Bake, and it handles everything in one go. So we can focus on what's happening with the Rigify rig. And this is actually a great moment to talk about Rigify, because Rigify has a lot going on. You can see there are tons of bones here. So let's switch off the extra bone layers for a second and make this easier to read. Now watch closely when the hand comes up in the QuickMagic animation. See that? The Rigify rig is not following correctly yet. That's because Rigify uses pole targets for its IK system, and those pole targets haven't been switched on yet. The animation has already been baked, so nothing is broken. So select the Rigify rig, go into pose mode, find pole target, and switch it on. And boom. This has to be done for the left side and feet as well. So that's exactly what we want. And there we go. The QuickMagic animation is now retargeted, baked, and looking good on the Rigify rig. Mixamo is literally more of the same. You just have to set it up correctly, like we've done just now, enable the IK pole target, and that's it. For Cascadeur, make sure you export it actually as a GLB instead of an FBX, because Cascadeur rotates that when it's imported in Blender, and this is rotated correctly upon import. Otherwise, it's exactly the same. So now for the home stretch. I've baked this animation onto my Rigify rig. Let's say, hypothetically, I've edited it, I'm happy with it, and now I want to export it back to Unreal. What I have to do is scroll all the way down here and go to the Round Trip Rigify to Metahuman tab. We're going to select the body rig here because the face rig is for facial animation, and that's more for Polyhammer's add-on. This is a retargeting add-on. Now this part is very important. We have to go here and unhide the body rig again. Otherwise, it won't work. Then we hit bake, and now the animation is back on the MetaHuman rig. We can delete this and check it. Boom, it's still working. For reasons I won't go into, importing this back into Unreal is a little bit of a hassle. I'm working on a script to do it directly, but for now, there's a hot fix. So we select a place to export it to, give it a good name, hit Direct FBX and export. And that's it. In Unreal, import the FBX into your content drawer. Select the animation, choose the MetaHuman skeleton, and the rest should be totally fine. Then hit import and, lo and behold, it is completely wrong. Look at that, it's a total mess. But don't worry, this has to do with the retargeting setup. So select the animation, then choose Unreal's retargeter. Select your animation again, choose the MetaHuman body rig, and export the animations. Give the export a prefix so you can easily distinguish it from the original. And there you have it. The animation is now correct. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you run into any issues. And it would mean a great deal to me if you supported me on Gumroad and bought this add-on. I'm planning to continuously update it, starting with Blender 5.1. Also, let me know if there are any other motion capture platforms out there that you enjoy using or that you'd like me to support in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon!